Hey guys, welcome back. Today I'm going to show you some more coins that I got yesterday. I went to visit a buddy that I like to trade with a lot. We probably trade 2 or 3 times a month. I mean, it's just, you know, you got that one friend that you like to talk to about coins, and well, he's the one, and he likes to trade, so we do a lot of trading. So this is what I got. We'll start off with the Barber quarters. I got an 1893 Barber quarter and a 1906 Barber quarter. Let's just see that 1893. It's kind of slicked up, losing a lot of the detail on it. I gave him a 1987 Philadelphia Kennedy half for these 2 quarters. As you know, in 1987, Philadelphia Kennedy half is a NIFC. NIFC. NIFC stands for Not Intended for Circulation. There are several of them. If you don't know what a NIFC is, it is coins that were put out by the mint that weren't intended for circulation. Like a 1970D Philadelphia, 1970D Kennedy half was not readily available for the public. It came out in mint sets. So that makes it a not intended for circulation, or a NIFC. Same thing with the 87s. 87 was a NIFC. And then in 2002, they completely done away with circulating the Kennedy halves. So from 2002 to date, it's all NIFCs. So 2002, Philadelphia, Denver, San Francisco, all the way to 2019, Philadelphia, Denver, San Francisco, and everything in between are all not intended for circulation. So if you find them in your pocket change because someone decided to give you the 1 50-cent piece that they had in their drawer, and it's between 2002 and 2019, or 1987, or 1970, those are special coins. They come from the mint, not regularly released into the public. Sorry I got off on a tangent there, but I know there's going to be that one person that emails me and asks me, what's a NIFC? Or, so I figured I'd go ahead and describe what it is. If you also notice on here, I put Barber Q. No, not barbecue, like you eat in your backyard. But Barber Q. That means the Q obviously means quarter. Well, my little girl Zoe is really getting into coins, and these older coins, she has no idea what they are. I mean, kids can recognize today's coins. Penny, nickel, dime, quarter. Some of them could recognize like a Sacagawea dollar, but that's pretty much it, because or a presidential dollar. They see presidential dollars too. That's pretty much all they see. They don't see the older coins in circulation, unless every once in a while, one of their parents will find a wheat penny, or maybe even a buffalo nickel or something like that in their nickels. But it's lost on the younger generation on what these coins actually look like. I mean, the beauty of these coins is crazy. So, what I done, because my little girl is getting into coins, I started writing on the flip what kind of coin it is. So whenever she's going through my collection and she picks this up, she goes, "All right, that's a Barber quarter." And I'm not going to write all the, like some coins are known by 2 or 3 different names. I'm just going to write the most popular name on there. I'm not going to, write all the way over around the flip. Okay. Now, to the Mercury dimes. I got 6 Mercury dimes for a $5 star note. The star note was also a bookend. It was a 7 bookend. So 7 at the beginning, 7 at the end of the serial number, and it was a star note. Now, for those who want to know what a star note is, if you look at the serial number on your dollar bill, $5 bill, 20, 50, 100, whatever, and at the end of the serial number, instead of a letter, there's a star, that means that bill is a replacement bill. And by that I mean, let's say this is the bill, okay? It's got a corner tore off of it, or it's got a big rip in it. This makes it to where they check the money and look at it and say, this is no longer fit for circulation. So they take it out of circulation and they print a new bill with a serial number and a star at the end of the serial number instead of a letter. That way they know that this is a replacement bill. Does that make sense? And I think I described that right. I hope I did. Somebody correct me if I'm wrong. But I think I described that right. And a bookend on a serial number is if you look at the serial number, and let's just say it says A 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1, B. It's got a 1 in the beginning and a 1 at the end. And just like bookends with books, they hold the ends, they hold everything in the middle together. So there's a 1 in the beginning and a 1 at the end. They're bookends. That makes a bookend serial number. If you're interested in serial numbers, just look up strange serial numbers. There's so many different things you could look up about serial numbers on bills. But bookends, I just figured I'd stick with the 1. Okay. Oh, but it doesn't have to be a 1 at the beginning and the end. It can be any number. So it can be like 22 or 99 or 88 or 00. It can be anything, as long as it's the same on the beginning and the end. Okay, once again, like with the NIFCs, I hope I described that right. If I didn't, somebody correct me. Okay, I give a $5 star note for these. 1923 Mercury dime, the same thing with writing Mercury dime on it. I want Zoe, my little girl, to know what a Mercury dime looks like. So whenever we're looking through these, I put Mercury dime on it so it gets her attention, so she sees what it looks like. Now there's one of these that has the wildest color I believe I've ever seen on a Mercury dime. It's just awesome looking. Now this is a good looking coin, how it fades from the darker to the light. But I kind of like them a little bit darker. This is a 1923. Sorry, my hands are shaking. This is the coin that I love the color on. Look at that color. I don't know how dark this is going to show up. My camera's junk. But that dark color with those highlights, like especially up here in the wing. And this is a 1929. Another thing about this, you can see all the bands. I'm not saying it's full bands by any means, but at least you can see them all, and you can see the complete band. It's just not prominent. And the detail on the back of this coin is awesome for 1929. This is a 1940. This is probably one that's in the best shape, or color-wise anyway. And this is a 1940. It's got a little bit of band action on it itself, don't it? This is a 1941. It's a 1943. This has actually got some toning starting over here on this edge and down here on the bottom. I don't know about starting, but it's probably been there for years and years and years, but it just hasn't went. I got some envelopes coming. I make my own envelopes, but I can't find any Scotch tape or any adhesive tape that I think wouldn't harm a coin. So I just folded and ordered some envelopes. So that kind of shoots my make your own envelope video in the foot, but of course those were always going to be territory. Why would I say territory? Those were always going to be temporary to begin with, but I figured once I made them well, and no Scotch tape was touching the coin, so I was thinking, well, maybe I just leave them that way. But then I was like, no, there's something going to leach through the paper, and I got paranoid, so I was like, I'll just order me some. And there's some more of that toning on the back. And this got some nice band showing on the back of it. And the last one, 1944 Mercury dime. Yeah, no, look at those. Those staples sticking up. My flat clinch stapler decided it wasn't going to work anymore, so I found a cheap stapler laying around the house, and I used it yesterday, and I'm not happy, so I'm going to reflip these in a couple days when I get me a new stapler. But this will work for now, just to keep them protected instead of sticking them in a tube and letting them rub against each other. But alright, it's probably been a longer video, maybe one of the longest videos I've ever done. But anyway, it's been fun. I hope you got a little bit of information out of me. If I'm wrong on anything, correct me. I mean, I'm all for sharing information and helping people get the right answers and the right information for this hobby, or obsession, as my wife calls it, or coolness, as my little girl Zoe would describe coin collecting as. So, stick that hand down in your pocket, grab your change and pull it out, because you never know what you got in your pocket until you look.